British Gypsum Layin grid ceiling systems offer a range of aesthetic designs providing excellent acoustic and high-performance requirements. Before we get started, let's take a look at the range of components used in the CasoLine QUICK-LOCK Layin grid ceiling system. The following components are used in the CasoLine QUICK-LOCK GRID T15. Perimeter wall angle WA02, which is 19mm by 24mm in 3m lengths. 15 by 38 main T-section, which comes in 3m lengths. 15 relates to millimeters, which is the face width of the grid, and 38 also relates to millimeters, which is the height of the grid section. 15 by 38, 1200mm and 600mm cross T-sections. Components in the CasoLine QUICK-LOCK GRID T24 are perimeter wall angle WA03, which is 24mm by 24mm, which also comes in 3m lengths. 24 by 38 main T-section, which comes in 3.6m lengths. 24 relates to millimeters, which is the face width of the grid, and 38 also relates to millimeters and is the height of the grid section. 24 by 38 cross T-sections, 1200mm and 600mm. There are a number of methods of suspension which can be used with the Layin grid ceiling system. Firstly, CasoLine QUICK-LOCK adjustable hangers, which are available in a variety of lengths, depending on the depth of suspension required. 2mm galvanized wire, which is tensioned in a drill before being used, as demonstrated here. Gyp frame FEA1 angle section, which is used where a ceiling may be subject to upward movement due to air pressure. And finally, pan clip 916 hold down clips for holding ceiling tiles in place. Okay, let's start installing the CasoLine QUICK-LOCK Layin grid ceiling system. The grid being installed is the 24mm wide grid system, CasoLine QUICK-LOCK GRID T24. Determine the floor-to-ceiling height required for the Layin grid system. Depending on the background, use the appropriate fixings to install the perimeter wall angle at 450mm centers. Use overlap miters at internal angles with cut miters on external angles. A shadow batten detail, as shown here, can be used as an alternative perimeter detail, depending on design requirements. It is important to set out accurately from working drawings for your ceiling hangers and grid layout to make sure a balanced appearance to the finished ceiling system is achieved. Make sure appropriate suspension fixings are used for the ceiling hangers. Ceiling collapse can primarily occur where the wrong dimension masonry drill is used for the type of suspension fixing where this method is adopted. Make sure you have the correct combination to achieve secure fixings. Main T-sections are installed at 1200mm centers, with hangers no more than 450mm centers from the perimeter. And 150mm from fire expansion points, and 150mm from a joint between two main T-sections. Main T-sections joints should be staggered as they are installed. Use pliers to close the hangers at the soffit position. Use a laser marker to set the main T-sections to the correct level. Once the main T-sections are installed, start to install 1200mm cross T-sections to create a 1200mm by 600mm module, as shown here. Continue to install 600mm cross T-sections to complete the Layin grid design to suit 600mm by 600mm tiles. There are 3 edge profiles which can be used in the British Gypsum range of ceiling tiles. A-edge, which is a square-edged tile which can be used in the 15mm and 24mm ceiling grid system. E15 is a rebated tile used in the CasoLine QUICK-LOCK GRID T15. And E24 is a rebated tile used in the CasoLine QUICK-LOCK GRID T24. British Gypsum ceiling tiles offer a range of sound absorption characteristics. Examples of these are Gyptone Base 31, which reflects sound, Gyptone Quattro 50, which are a Class C sound absorber, and Euroacoustics Hermes E24, which offer the best sound absorption as a Class A sound absorber. Before we start installing the ceiling tiles, make sure you close the hangers with pliers at the ceiling grid level. Always check the directional line or arrow on the back of the tile to make sure all tiles are installed in the same direction to maintain a consistent appearance for the ceiling. The ceiling tiles we are installing here is the Euroacoustic Hermes E24 600 by 600mm tile. Install a number of tiles as work progresses to make sure the grid remains square for subsequent tiling to take place. Tiles can be cut with a retractable utility knife and a straight edge. Where tiles need cutting to create a tegular edge to form a rebate at cut-edge tiles around the perimeter, this can be achieved with a retegging cutting tool. Cut edges can be repainted with an acrylic emulsion. Make sure you do a test piece to make sure you get a good colour match to the ceiling tiles being installed. An alternative detail to retegging tiles at perimeters is to raise the ceiling grid components and to use teg blocks at the position where the grid component meets the perimeter track, as shown here. This allows the whole tile width to sit on the perimeter track. Where light fittings are installed, it is important to note that ceiling tiles cannot be used to support fixtures. Fixtures can be provided with the use of patras plywood sections, as shown here. There you have it, British Gypsum CasoLine QUICK-LOCK Layin grid ceilings, installed in no time. Job done.